Here in our second segment, I want to welcome Alex Monaco, who's the program coordinator for the Downtown Worcester Business Improvement District, or BID.
Or BID, yes.
Is our acronym we use. So, Alex, maybe it's kind of a fairly new concept, last 20, 25 years across the country, these business improvement districts. And I know a lot of work went into establishing the business improvement district in the theater district area. The Worcester Business Development Corporation was a catalyst in that, and the redevelopment of the Hanover Theater. But maybe you could get into some detail of what is the Downtown Worcester BID, how it's funded, and who it involves.
Sure, sure. So the Downtown Worcester BID, we are about, I guess, 7 years old at this point. We were formed in 2018 and just passed a renewal vote in late 2023. But it's still a relatively new concept to the city of Worcester. We're the only BID of our kind in Worcester. So what we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization representing about 100 different properties within our brackets downtown. And our boundaries are small compared to other BIDs. It's Myrtle, McGrath, Main Street, and Foster, so sort of nestled right around the couple blocks around City Hall. And what our goals, we have several main programs, beautification and placemaking, hospitality and security and safety on the streets, and advocacy for making downtown Worcester a sort of bustling 18-hour district, because, you know, it's our belief it's the cultural center of a town like Worcester, and it should be celebrated as such. Right,
and you mentioned, I think 100 plus, business or property owners, they agree to pay a little bit more on their property taxes into this fund, to help provide an enhanced level of services, and commensurate with that is a commitment from the city that they're going to continue to do baseline services and not retreat from their commitment. And then you do these extra level services. It could be snow removal, expedited snow removal, beyond what the city does. It could be these programs and events, but to kind of enhance the area, right?
Absolutely, and like I mentioned, given that we passed our renewal in 2023, which is right before I joined the team. Property owners do see value in what we do. The consensus is there, and I think the ambassador program is one of the more visible aspects of what the BID does. So exactly that: supplementary snow removals, cleaning the street, providing support with various events that go on downtown.
Banners, plantings,
the banners,
beautification.
Yep, and it's that time of year. The planters will be back, and you can tell immediately once you cross the threshold into the district, because potted plants are around. We've been working with Bemis Farms Nursery in Spencer for a couple of years now, and they do an amazing job with both the planters and the big pots that are dotting the streets.
Right, right. And you mentioned those ambassadors. They're out engaging the public, answering questions, trash pickup.
Absolutely. Trash pickup, we have a relatively new position that has gone back into effect this time of year, our community engagement ambassadors. And those are folks who hang around, starting in the evenings, so the sort of act as stewards in the neighborhood. If you're getting out of a show, you're looking for a recommendation on, where to go. If you're just sort of like an escort back to the parking garage after you see a show at the Hanover or something, those guys are on hand to sort of be a familiar, friendly face. And those guys do an awesome job, and they have relationships with both property owners, business owners, and folks all around.
And sometimes, whether it be at your place of work or your neighborhood, if you're there every day, you maybe don't fully appreciate kind of the incremental change in a one way of the direction, positive or negative. But certainly, if you were to take a step back, and since the Hanover Theater, but also the establishment of a BID, you have seen a steady progression of stores and restaurants kind of opening up and staying.
Absolutely.
Whether it be on Franklin or on Main Street.
Yeah, and more exciting things to come. There'll be a couple restaurants opening up within the next few months. Particularly excited for Vivian at the base of the Glass Tower there. A new string of restaurants right next to Theater Cafe off on Main. I think a pretzel joint, some smoothie place, and
ice cream.
You can't go wrong with ice cream. When in high school, I scooped ice cream back in New Jersey, so it's close and near and dear to my heart. Sub-Zero, another ice cream place off on Front Street. So we're well equipped as we head into our summer of programming downtown to get a nice cold treat.
Yeah, now let's talk about that programming. You've got not only the City Hall Plaza, but you also have Frank Carroll Plaza in front of the Hanover Theater, and some performance venues that have been created for people there.
Yeah, the Hanover Theater, they have a summer concert program. I think they just announced their dates. They're doing Thursdays for their shows. Some really exciting stuff on their lineup, so I would recommend checking out the Hanover Theater's socials and their website to see those free concert programs that'll be going on there. And we have our programs of our own, namely the Movies on the Common, which we're doing once a month between June to September, and our Out to Lunch Farmers Market and Festival series. And I'm super excited about both of those things. So the movies will be getting started first. We're doing our first on June 12th. It'll be Wizard of Oz. It's exciting to finally announce these all to the world.
Thursday, June 12th, Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. July 10th, we'll be collaborating with the Hanover Theater, doing a screening of Spirited, which is actually filmed in parts of downtown Worcester. It's filmed at Mechanics Hall and has connections to various folks who work with the Hanover Theater. In August, we're doing a box office smash hit from 2024, Inside Out 2, for a family movie night.
Thursday, August 14th. I see a recurring theme with the Thursdays.
Thursday, yes, always the Thursday. We're going to wrap things up in September with a musical theater night screening Wicked, which, you know, is sure to be a hit. That'll be Thursday, September 11th.
Okay.
But yep, first one right around the corner on Thursday, June 12th, a collaboration with Pride Worcester, our Youth Pride Night for The Wizard of Oz. So bookending the series with all things Oz.
Moviesonthecommon.com, so you get your own website for the movie theater. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
With that, you also have some other events that you kind of are involved with, Out to Lunch Festival, the farmers markets. Maybe you could talk a little bit about those.
Absolutely. So Out to Lunch, we know, it's a long-standing tradition with the city. You know, the BID has been collaborating with the City of Worcester in their cultural office the last couple of years, and this year, 2025, has really sort of been primarily coordinated by the BID. Like I said, long-standing tradition. And this year, we've really upped the ante. We're expanding back to 10 dates starting Wednesday, June 18th. And we're really expanding our farmers market program as well, which is something I've been pretty hands-on in the last couple months, sort of, reaching out to different vendors from around Worcester County, trying to reestablish a sort of outdoor farmers market, outdoor supermarket concept, if you will, in the heart of downtown, where, as it stands right now, there isn't a grocery store or bodega. So the need is there, and it's very exciting to work on a project that will help be able to connect citizens of downtown, people who are living there, working there, with fresh local agriculture. And I'm very excited with how things are shaping up.
Yeah, and that's important as increased housing is manifests itself in the downtown with the conversion of some of the office buildings as we speak, and some new ones just on the periphery over on Madison, some even in the Canal District and over where, over off of Shrewsbury Street. So having that downtown is an amenity. Yeah,
and I think it'll be like, an excellent proof of concept, because 10 weeks, every Wednesday from 11 to 3, you'll be able to get fresh bread, meats, cheese, produce from a variety of local producers and farmers. We'll have local kombucha, and more arts vendors and nonprofits who will, than we ever have had in the past to sort of go along with things. So I feel like once we show that there's this need to have a supermarket, so to speak, down there.
Yeah, hopefully you got a pioneer to take that risk.
The need is there, and I think we've got an exciting summer on our hands with that. And the music is going to be excellent too. We've had an expanded budget, and we're bringing in artists from not just around the region but around the world. There'll be a Spanish all-female brass group that'll be performing one week. Local R&B favorites Dan Burke and his group will be there one week. Fleetwood Mac cover band. So I think really raising the bar there will bring in people from all around the area and really make it a destination every Wednesday. And like I said before, we're starting up June 18th and going through the end of August 20th.
All right. So we mentioned the website for moviesonthecommon.org, I think. How do people learn about all the other aspects of the program that the Downtown Business Improvement District is doing?
You can go to our website at downtownworcester.org. We have a downtown events calendar link there, so you can find out about other things that are going on around the district, not just our own programs. I'd be remiss to not plug the Downtown BID also has an event kit. So if you are hosting an event downtown, we have some supplementary services and equipment that we can provide to any organization who is having an event within our boundaries free of charge. Extra tents, tables, chairs, things like that might be cost prohibitive to smaller organizations who want to celebrate their mission and have an event in public. So if anyone's interested in any items like that, they can get in touch with me. My name is Alex at downtownworcester.org. But our website is the best way to check things out. And you can check out our social media at the Downtown Worcester BID on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're looking for updates on the farmers market, Out to Lunch Worcester on Instagram as well.
Awesome. Sounds like, Alex, you got an action-packed spring and summer coming.
Never a dull moment, yes.
Good.
These days, you've got your hands full in life. That's why we help you bank simply and securely with tools like Face ID and Touch ID. It's why we make it easy to make purchases on the go and get cash back while you're at it. Why we help you quickly deposit checks wherever you are. And it's why we lend a hand with sending and receiving money right from your phone. So even when you're on the move, you can manage your finances. Bank Hometown. Unlock your potential.